I hate this Haram ball team so much. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Please, for God's sake, keep Atletico Madrid and Barcelona away for a couple of years. At least for 5 years. I don't care what the result of the second leg is going to be. Either we are going to make a comeback, either we are going to make a remontada out of this one. Either we are going to qualify for the semi-final of Champions League or not. Either we are going to win the La Liga. Either we win anything or not in the near future. But I don't want to see the face of Atletico Madrid anymore. I don't want to see the face of their team at least for the next 5 years. I don't want to see that irritating punchable face of Diego Simeone again. This Haram ball, this Haram guy needs to be kept away from Barcelona for the next at least for 5 years, because we have almost played 500 games with them by now. 500 in this season only. And I'm irritated. I don't care how our team performed today. They performed shit except for one guy. But apart from that, the reason behind they performing shit is this bunch of people in the Atletico Madrid shirt are such horrendous Haram ball playing players that even if you try to play fairly, even if you try to play good, they don't let you. It is their tactic. It is their tactic to play Haram ball. It is their tactic to foul players in any sort of form, in any way, just to put a hindrance into the gameplay and stop any counter play or anything, and the referee turns blind towards that. Any kind of foul today, especially Koke, my man, the myth, the legend, had at least 5 fouls. In those 5 fouls, at least 3 of them were clear yellow cards. And what did he got? Only 1 yellow card. In clear daylight, we have been robbed of so many yellow cards, so many red cards, and if anyone in the comment section, anyone who watches football says that in this match Barcelona was treated fairly by the referee, is clearly blind. My man, I'm not going to say that the Cubarsi one was a red card or not, because I don't think that Cubarsi knew that Julián Simeone's leg is going to trip on his leg and then he will do a somersault. But in given circumstances, if you are the last player, if you are the last defender, and there is a clear chance between you and the striker and the goalkeeper, then that is going to be a red card. That is hardly debatable. That is Cubarsi, if Cubarsi did it intentionally or not, or this or that, but still he is the last man, so understandable. That red card is understandable. Okay, fine. But what about the handball inside the penalty box? What about the kick on the shin of Lamine Yamal by Koke? What about the desperately holding on to the hands and shirts of Julián Simeone and Julián Álvarez? What about that? What about the tackles of Molina? Why was there only 1 yellow card for Atletico Madrid among all of these fouls? Among all of these deliberate fouls, deliberate stop hindrance in the game? Koke should have gotten a red card much before Cubarsi. He was doing dark shit, dark art shit, and it wasn't even subtle. It was done in broad daylight. Everyone was seeing that he deserves at least 2 yellow cards for all of the fouls that he did. But what did he get? And the handball inside the penalty box. No one is in. Why is VAR there for? You checked VAR for Cubarsi one, right? You first gave yellow card, then turned it into red card. Okay, fine. That is understandable that he is the last man standing according to rule books. That is a red card. Okay, we accept that. But why not this? Because frankly saying, yes, Rashford was wasteful of a lot of chances. I personally was merciful to him in the first half. Merciful to him, saying that, okay, those are a little hard chances. Maybe I gave him a benefit of the doubt a little too much in the first half. But in the second half, when shit mattered the most, he shitted even more. No one in the team tried to do something out of their own. yes, they were giving their all. They were even 10 men down. Barcelona was handling the position very well. They were not very well, but at least holding on to the ball. And I don't know why Hansi Flick decided to put Pedri out of the when we are already 10 men down, because Pedri does the work of 3 men single-handedly. But there maybe he was saving Pedri for the second leg, but or maybe he was concerned about him getting a yellow card, or concerned about him getting injured, because obviously if you can kick a guy in the shin and not get any not even get a yellow card for that, then obviously you have to have your key players safe. Today's game was a prime example of why we need Rafinha. All respect to Rashford, all love to Rashford. He was trying his best, yes, but the amount of chances that he missed, I was first willingly merciful to him. I was giving him the benefit of doubt, but upon seeing it in a bird's eye view, upon seeing it now second time, third time, I understand he was wasteful. He was very wasteful. And apart from Rashford, no one else, I'm not talking about Lamine Yamal, no one else, not Dani Olmo, not Fermin Lopez, not Lewandowski when he was on. No, I mean Lewandowski's role is very limited, but Ferran Torres, Dani Olmo, none of them were crucial or deciding or playing any deciding role in any manner. Only one player who gave it his 120% in this game. And you start to feel the agony, the pain he was going through after the final whistle was blown, and it was Lamine Yamal. My man tried to pull off all the tricks that he had in his sleeves just so they could create one chance. Lamine Yamal was today playing like the prime Neymar that we used to see. He played like prime Neymar with the attitude and mentality of prime Messi. A guy who will give his all, will try to demolish the entire backline of Atletico Madrid, not backline, entire element man of Atletico Madrid inside the box by his own, at least to create a chance, because he is clearly saying that no one else is doing anything. No one else is capable of doing one clear finishing either. I don't know how or what we are going to do, but our dependence on Rafinha is a lot, yes. But I don't know if Rafinha doesn't play, if Rafinha doesn't get to play, if he is injured, if he misses one game, and it is a crucial game for us, then how are we handling it? If Rafinha doesn't play, then we have not only Rashford, everyone has to step up, because Rafinha gives the energy of a bulldog, gives the pressing, does the pressing, has the stamina, has the ruthless energy of 2 to 3 men alone. So if he is stepping down, then the next man that he is playing instead of him has to put up that amount of energy, or at least along with him all the other player has to give their 20 to 30%, and in the first 30 to 40 minutes that was missing. It is that same time that you got the red card, Cubarsi went out and all of that happened, and Julián Álvarez somehow at the same moment Julián Álvarez also scored the free kick. But if Rafinha is not playing, then all of the other players has to step up, has to press, and this is where Rashford's pressing doesn't work out, Dani Olmo's pressing doesn't work out, Lewandowski is not capable of pressing, Lamine Yamal is also pressing, he is also creating the chances, and he is shooting, he is doing everything. At this point, it feels like Lamine Yamal is the 2018-19 version of Messi, carrying the whole Barcelona team on his back. Last season itself we said, right, that team is not only dependent on Lamine Yamal. Yes, he is capable of doing a lot of things. He is the magician of the team. He is the Messi of the team currently, if you say so. But all the other players were contributing from their side. But in this case, he is all alone. He is isolated. Even if he creates, all the brilliant chances that he created are going wasteful. Fermin is not scoring, Rashford is not scoring, Lewandowski scores in the games that we score a lot of goals, but apart from that, when it is a tight call, he is limited to the chances that is created for him, and that doesn't come easily. So and his age is also caught up to him, so no point in criticizing him. But whatever that case aside, the over dependence on Lamine Yamal was clear. And after the red card, obviously we are down to 10 men, and how are we going to, with one striker shot and with one player shot in the front, what could they have done to penetrate the bus of Atletico Madrid? And I don't understand, how can you as a team score a goal, your opposite team is 1 man down, you are they are playing with 10 men versus 11, and still you park the bus. And it was pretty obvious in the second half that with 1 man down, we clearly couldn't penetrate them, we clearly couldn't clear the chances, and all the formation, all the tactics went out of the window, and everyone only the synchronization fell down. Some chances were created, but they were all wasted. Only one man who was trying to do something out of nothing was Lamine Yamal, and the way he dribbled past all of those players, and just at the final moment just couldn't finish it, and he broke down and he was hitting the ground, all his frustration coming out. It was us in that moment. The way he banged the ground, the way he broke down after the final whistle, that was us at that moment. That was us, the fans, the supporter of this team, our feeling at that moment. This team is like a sponge. It soaks up all the life and energy from you and gives this. I mean, what can we say? Atletico Madrid plays Haram ball. Yes, I bash them for their tactics. I bash them for how they play, how horrendous their game plan is, and how dirty they play all the time. But still, it's their tactic. They are staying true to their tactic, and you cannot judge a team for playing true to their tactics. And the referee decision also, being a blind side towards all of these fouls and being completely a bullocks of a referee aside. But our team itself did its job well at all. It wasn't until the last 80 minutes where Lamine Yamal's relentless desperation was coming out, and that is when all the others were trying to jump in as well. But why does one's desperation, one's relentless desperation needs to be visible for you to be desperate as well? Why can't you do something on your own? When will you step up? When will Dani Olmo, Fermin Lopez, Rashford will step up in all of those big moments? How many times are we going to be dependent on Lamine Yamal for those big moments? How many times are we going to be dependent on him for creating chances, for burying the chances, for finishing the chances as well? How are you going to survive this? I know 2-0 is not a big lead, but it is Atletico Madrid we are talking about. By now, in front of the goal in Metropolitano, in the stadium of Atletico Madrid, there is already a brick of wall that is being made. He is definitely going to park the bus this time. With all the players that he has, he's definitely going to park the bus. And with Cubarsi not playing, how are we going to tackle that? How are we going to, because Cubarsi is very crucial for us. No, yes, he got the red card, and I'm not going to be too harsh on him because obviously Julián Simeone did a very good job selling the dive, a little touch in the leg, and he immediately tripped with perfect coordination, with perfect amount of showmanship, and that was enough. And I'm not really debating about the red card because he is the last man and he is the last defender. Technically it is a red card, but he couldn't have done anything else either. Maybe not have gotten the red card. Maybe if he had let him take the shot, maybe Juan Garcia would have saved it, or maybe he would have missed, or maybe he would have scored. We would have been 1-0 down, but at least 11 men versus 11 men. And lately, as we have seen in Atletico Madrid's game, even if they score first, we somehow managed to come back. But with 10 men down, we saw how difficult it became. Even at some certain points, Atletico Madrid was enjoying the ball for long period of time without any press, and we couldn't afford to press, because if we did, the structure in the back would have fallen down and they would have used their Antoine Griezmann, Julián Álvarez, Sorloth and Lookman, all of them together, Diego Simeone, all of them together to exploit us even more. And this one side to one side extension that they play, one to one side long balls that they play, how are we going to tackle that? We are such a narrow defense that one long pass opens us up completely. And with a player like a giant like Sørloth in the middle, it was inevitable that we were going to concede a goal. I'm just happy that we didn't concede more than 2 goals. Even that 2 goal looks huge when it comes to going to Metropolitano and play against a bus. How are you going to do that? How are you going to make this comeback? I don't know. Because we are going to face the Haram, most horrendous Haram ball ever. And trust me, after this Atletico Barca, I am not going to watch any Atletico Barca for the next 5 years. You can text me the scoreline. You can comment down the scoreline. You can let me know the scoreline. I'm not going to watch any Atletico Madrid match from here on. They are so irritating, such irritating team. And their whole tactic is committing dark art, committing fouls, being physical and all that. How does a referee be blind to all of those intentional dark fouls? It was one clear example of horrendous refereeing in today's match. Second, we were not coordinating well enough because obviously Rafinha is missing, yes, but if Rafinha is missing, we have to step up. Rashford, not only Rashford, Dani Olmo, Eric Garcia, honestly, we know Eric Garcia for being defensively very solid, but lately he hasn't been that solid either. Pedri is Pedri, yes, but he's not having the game that we know Pedri having. Lewandowski depends on the balls that are delivered to him a lot. And if he doesn't get a clear-cut cross or clear-cut chance, that he doesn't score either. And all of it at the end of the day comes in the hand of Lamine Yamal or maybe sometimes Joao Cancelo, because he also tries his best to do something. But how? Should we play Joao Cancelo as a left wing instead of Rashford, as long as Rafinha is not playing? I mean, Balde as left back and Joao Cancelo as left wing. I mean, he has been very crucial in that position, and he can defend as well. He can press as well. Not defend as well as Alejandro Balde, but Balde is weak now. How about we try that? Rashford is good. I'm not taking anything away from him, but how about something new? How about this tactic? What do you say about it? And also the fact that our substitute box has been shit. Ferran Torres has been no good for I don't know how long. Fermin is out of form currently. Fermin doesn't have the lethal edge that he used to have, and it is very necessary that every player of us step up currently. And now that there is no Cubarsi, obviously Eric Garcia is going to play in the center defensive midfield role, and we might see Bernal in the defensive midfield or Gavi. I don't think Pedri and Gavi will be the first choice. Pedri and Bernal would most probably be the first choice, and when there is Bernal, there is always a goal somewhere. He's not technically press resistant or technically that good on the ball, but his striking ability, his defensive awareness, and his height and his decisiveness inside the box has been very crucial for us in big games. I don't know what is going to happen in the second leg, but after the second leg, any Atletico Madrid game, any Atletico Madrid versus Barca game, I'm going to avoid. I'm not going to watch for at least next 5 years. That was it for this video. That was my opinion about the whole match. Very bad performance from my team in the first 30 minutes, and then it was obviously on the hands of Atletico Madrid's team. One player clearly stood out and gave his whole heart for the badge, and no one else was supporting him enough. And one clear brain fart moment as well, that is very much common in our team. Worst example of refereeing in a match. And that's it. Comment down below your thoughts and opinion about the match as well, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to Boots and Balls.